Hello students, this is Miss Tandore. So let us start with remaining part of or next part of coordination compounds here. Terms used in coordination compounds. So before that, once again I am reminding to subscribe my channel so that you will get notifications here of new videos. So let us see terms used in coordination compound, and for that we'll take one example, K4, then Fe, CN6. So this is your coordination compound. In coordination compound there are two spheres. So first is your ionization. First term, ionization sphere. Ionization sphere. And in ionization sphere the counter ions are present. Counter ions, and they shows the primary valencies there. Primary valencies. They determines primary valency of the central metal atom. So ionization sphere is the outermost sphere in which ionizable part is present. All the ions present in ionization sphere, these are completely ionizable in the aqueous medium, and so they show the primary valencies of central metal atom or central metal ion there. Another one is a coordination sphere. Another term is a coordination sphere. And this coordination sphere is the inner sphere which contains the central metal atom or central metal ion, and along with that it contains some ligands there. So central coordination sphere contains coordination entities, and they are the unionizable, undissociable in aqueous medium, and they determines the secondary valencies. They determine secondary valency. It is also called as a coordination number. So we'll see now coordination sphere. The coordination sphere is actually shown by square bracket, and in coordination sphere, for above example, it is FeCN6 coordination entities. I'll write here. They shows. So FeCN6 coordination entities are FeCN6, while the net charge is of 4 minus. So in coordination sphere, your first term is central metal atom or central metal ion, and I told you this is acts as a Lewis acid. Lewis acid. They accept electron. In the beginning also I told you, wherever there are metals are electropositive in nature. They donate electron to attain the stability, but here in this case the metal accepts electron pair from the ligand. There is a formation of coordinate bond. Coordinate bond, both the electron pairs, both the electron required for bond formation, these are donated by one of the two atoms here. So actually ligand donate electron pair to central metal atom, and central metal atom accept the electron. So only the metals, I'll write here, only the D block metals, or these are also called as a transition metals. Transition metals can form the coordination compounds, as they have empty d orbital. They have more space to accommodate the incoming electrons. So only the transition metals can form the coordination compounds, as there is a d block, empty d block, in which they can accommodate the incoming electrons, or in which they can accommodate the accepted electrons which are donated by ligands there. Then along with this central metal ion, oxidation number is one of the term. So it is concerned with the central metal atom. So I'll write here only oxidation number of central metal atom. Metal atom or central metal ion. Now oxidation number is well familiar to you. We have studied actually how to find out oxidation number in 11th standard only in redox reaction. So oxidation number for above, wherever there is ion, then the oxidation number of metal is nothing but it is a oxidation number is nothing but just it is a sum of oxidation numbers of all the atoms present in the molecule. If it is a neutral molecule, then in that case oxidation sum of oxidation number of all the atoms in the molecule is equal to 0. If it is ion, then the oxidation sum of oxidation numbers of all the atoms in the ion is equal to charge, net charge present on the ion. So if you consider the example, that is K4FeCN6, K4FeCN6, then in this case Fe is your central metal ion. So to find out oxidation number, now this is a neutral molecule, there is no charge, 0 charge is there. So the sum of oxidation number of all the atoms present in the molecule is equal to the 0, and hence we'll calculate here. Suppose oxidation number of Fe is X. For potassium it is a +1, so it 4 potassium atoms are there, so it is 4 into 1, it is a sum. For Fe it is X, so plus X. For cyanide, -1 charge is there on the cyanide, there are 6 cyanide groups, so 6 into -1, that is equal to 0. Then it is 4 plus X. Now 6 ones are 6, but it is a -6 is equal to 0. So actually it is X -2 plus 4 minus 6 minus 2 equal to 0, and hence therefore X is equal to +2. So charge oxidation number on Fe is a +2. So oxidation number is also important. In nomenclature you are supposed to write oxidation number in front of your central metal atom, and you are supposed to enclose it in the parenthesis. That we'll see at the time of nomenclature. But to find out oxidation number, you are supposed to see whether it is ion or it is a neutral molecule, and accordingly you find out the oxidation number. Suppose it is ion, we'll take example of ion here, Fe, then CN6 4 minus. This is your first example. This is the second example to find out oxidation number. Then here also it is a sum of oxidation number of all the atoms present in an ion. So for for Fe, you are supposed to find out oxidation number of central metal atoms. So for Fe it is X plus cyanide, again -1 charge is there on Cn or cyanide ion. Then in that case 6 cyanide ions are there, so it is a 6 into -1, that is equal to charge, net charge present on an ion. There are 4 minus, so it is a -4. Now you find out X. X is equal to how much it is? -6 is equal to +4. So X equal to +4. No, sorry, here it is -4. So X equal to -4 plus 6, and that is equal to again +2. So it is very simple to calculate oxidation number. So oxidation number is also one more term used which is concerned with the central metal atom. Then next one, oxidation number. Then next one is a coordination number. So coordination number is nothing but simply it is a number of ligands attached with the central metal atom when the ligands are monodentate. Once again I am repeating, coordination number of central metal atom is nothing but just it is number of ligands attached with the central metal atom when the ligands are monodentate ligands. We'll see that. This is about oxidation number. Then the next term is your coordination number. This is third, you can say. Then fourth is coordination number. We are discussing actually the terms used in the coordination compounds or the terms concerned with coordination compounds. So coordination number, the coordination number is nothing but just it is number of ligands attached with a central metal atom. We'll take again the same example of K4 Fe CN6. Now if you consider Cn, then this is actually the ambidentate ligand, but at a time it can donate only one pair of electron. So the coordination number 6 Cn minus ions are attached with the central metal atom. So for Fe, coordination number Cn is 6. Just it is a number of ligand attached with the central metal atom when the ligands are monodentate. Mono means one. Only when one atom can donate the electron pair for the bond formation, then in that case it is a monodentate ligand. We'll take one more example, that is if it is K4, then inside it is CO, then Cl3, NH3 thrice. Then in this case again, what is the coordination number of CO? So CO coordination number is what? Just it is a number of ligand attached with the central metal atom when these are the monodentate. So Cl is also monodentate. Nitrogen is also monodentate. It can donate only one pair of electron for the bond formation. So these are the monodentate. Only one atom can donate a lone pair of electron for the bond formation. So these are monodentate. So wherever these are monodentate, the coordination number is just it is a number of ligands attached with the central metal atoms. 3 chloride and 3 NH3 groups are there. 3 plus 3 6. So 6 is the coordination number of central metal atom. Suppose the ligands are didentate or bidentate, then in that case coordination number is just it is a number of lone pair of electrons donated for the bond formation. Once again I am reminding, in case of polydentate ligand, the coordination number is the number of lone pair of electrons donated to central metal atoms or central metal ion. And for example, we'll take ethylene diamine. I'll write your formula CH2 ethylene diamine NH2. Here actually nitrogen contains a lone pair of electron and it donates a lone pair to the central metal atom. Coordinate bond is indicated by single-headed arrow towards the metal, because metal is an electron acceptor. So it donates electron pair to central metal atom. There are 2 nitrogen atoms are there and 2 nitrogen atoms donate 2 pair of electrons to central metal atom. So here in this case the coordination number, suppose only one, I'll write here K4, then CO, En, and remaining is suppose Cl3. Then in this case the number of En, there are 2 nitrogen atoms which can donate 2 pair of electrons. So here you are supposed to count number of electron pair which are donated wherever the ligand is polydentate. Here the ligand En is a didentate or bidentate ligand. So for one En there you are supposed to count it as a 2 because it donates 2 pair of electrons. 2. For chloride it is 1. So you can count the number of chloride ions as it is. So 3 plus 2, 5. So 5 is the coordination number of your central metal atom. So next one is what? Next one is a ligand. So first one, ionization sphere, which is outermost sphere, in which there are counter ions, and the counter ion shows the primary valencies. The coordination sphere contains unionizable part here, and they gives the coordination number to the central metal atom or secondary valencies. Then the central metal ion or central metal in coordination pair, central metal atoms along with ligands are present, and the central metal atom oxidation number is there. Oxidation number, we are supposed to find out oxidation number. Coordination number is simply it is a number of ligands attached with the central metal atom in case of monodentate ligand. But if the ligands are polydentate, in that case you are supposed to count the number of electron pairs donated, and accordingly you find out coordination number there. Or next one is ligands. Now next term is ligands. I'll erase this. So this is your fifth, ligands or ligands, any pronunciation. Ligands, these are the electron donors. You know that, electron donors, and these acts as a Lewis bases, or these are Lewis bases actually. So depending upon, just now I told you, depending upon the number of atoms present which can donate the electron pair, the ligands are classified into different type. First one, I'll write here, classification. So first is a monodentate. Mono means one. Monodentate. So when only one atom is there in the compound or in the molecule, or only one atom, single atom is there which can donate the electron pair, then it is a monodentate. We can take examples of halides, X minus, that is Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, then OH minus, hydroxyl group. Then you can take example of NH3 also, ammonia. Nitrogen atom is having a lone pair of electron, so it can be it can donate for the bond formation. Then H2O, water molecule, oxygen having lone pair of electrons, so oxygen also can donate a lone pair of electron for the bond formation. So wherever only one atom is there which can donate a electron pair, then in that case the ligands are called as a monodentate ligand. Then another class is didentate or bidentate ligand. I'll write here, bidentate. Bi means two. Two atoms are there which can donate an electron pair, and the example of this type is of CH2, CH2, NH2. Two nitrogen atoms are here which cannot donate electron pair. Nitrogen atom contains a lone pair of electrons, so it can donate electron pair for the bond formation, and the name of this compound is ethylene diamine. Ethylene or ethylene diamine. You can write as only En. En, that means it is a ethylene or ethylene diamine. So the nitrogen atom in this can donate electron pair for the bond formation, M. And this type of attachment, that means the didentate or bidentate ligand donate electron pair. There are two sides of donation of electron pair. So this type of attachment is called as a chelation, or these are called as chelating agent. Chelating agent. And the process is called as a chelation process, or chelation, you can say chelation or chelation. So here in this process what happens, actually wherever there is a chelation or chelation is there, in this case what happens, they are firmly bounded, the attachment is more than one. In case of bidentate ligand, they can attach, that means ligand can attach or ligand can connected with the central metal atom from two sides here, and so they can firmly bounded with the metal ion. So wherever chelation is there, the ion or the complex is a stable complex, you can say. In ethylene diamine, two nitrogen atoms are there which can donate the electron pair for the bond formation. We'll take one more example of bidentate ligand, and that is second example, and that is COO minus, COO minus, oxalato ion, oxalato ion here. You can write this as OX only. If OX is written in bracket, then it is oxalato ion. And what is the structural formula? COO minus, then COO minus. This O minus can donate electron pair, to metal, not Mg, to metal. So the sites, there are two atoms which can donate an electron pair. Two oxygen atoms are there, and you will get here, after chelation, you will get there the 5-membered ring. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and metal is 5. Here also there is a formation of 5-membered ring, and the complex is more stable complex. One more bidentate ligand is there, and that is a DMG, or dimethyl glyoxime. You always use this compound for DMG, for confirmatory test of nickel here. DMG, dimethyl glyoxime, at the time of practical. What is the formula of dimethyl glyoxime? It is CH3, then CH3, double bond NOH, double bond NOH. So this is your dimethyl glyoxime, and when hydrogen atom is removed, you will get there, where should I write? I'll write here. By removal of hydrogen ion, you will get there CH3, then C, double bond NOH, CH3, double bond NO minus. Hydrogen atom is removed from the compound, and there is a formation of ion here, anion. Actually, the nitrogen atom donate a pair of electron for the bond formation to metal atom. And so these are also the didentate or bidentate ligand. This oxygen can attach with another molecule. It can form the hydrogen bond with another molecule of DMG, and there is a formation of one more ring when it reacts with nickel. I am talking about confirmatory test of nickel, and there is a formation of what? Rosy red or blood red precipitate there. So here in case of DMG, there is a formation of 5-membered ring. They can chelate the metal ion from two sides here, and so these are the didentate or bidentate ligand. So first one is a monodentate. Another class is a didentate or bidentate, where two atoms are there in the compound which can donate the electron pair. The another class is a polydentate. So another one, third one, is polydentate. Poly means many, and we'll take here example of EDTA. Polydentate ligand, example is EDTA. Question may be on classification of ligand. You will get different compounds, and you are supposed to classify these compounds in particular class there. Whether you are supposed to identify actually whether it is monodentate or didentate or polydentate. So EDTA, what is the name? Ethylene diamine tetra acetate ion here. Ethylene, I'll write the name also. Ethylene or ethylene diamine tetra, A for acetate or acetate ion here. So in case of EDTA, I'll write formula also. Ethylene diamine, so it is a CH2 NH2 CH2, and then it is CH2 COO, H is removed, so oxygen acquires negative charge here. Then N CH2 COO minus. Then one more hydrogen atom, two hydrogen atoms are there actually in amines. For your convenience, I'll write it as both the hydrogen atoms actually replaced by CH2. So another hydrogen also replaced by CH2 COO minus. Here also one more nitrogen atom, and two hydrogens are replaced by CH2 COO minus group, CH2 COO minus group. So if you consider in this case, two nitrogen atoms are there which can donate electron pair, and also four oxygen atoms are there which can donate electron pair. So this is actually hexadentate. So in polydentate ligand, it is a example of polydentate ligand also. 6 atoms are there which can donate electron pair to central metal atom. Two nitrogen contains a lone pair of electron. Here also nitrogen contains lone pair of electron, and the oxygen atom carrying negative charge, they can also give a pair of electron for the bond formation. They can form also a bond there with central metal atom, coordinate bond with central metal ion. So this is a hexadentate. We have seen so far monodentate, only one atom is there which can donate electron pair for the bond formation. Didentate, in that we have seen the example of ethylene diamine, then oxalato ion, then dimethyl glyoxine, in which two atoms are there which can donate electron pair for the bond formation. And in polydentate we have seen example of EDTA, that is ethylene diamine tetraacetate ion, in which what happens, 6 atoms are there which can donate the electron pair for the bond formation. Then the next is your next class is ambidentate ion. I'll write here only fourth one, ambidentate. So in ambidentate ion, actually two atoms are there which can donate electron pair, but at a time only one atom can donate it. We'll take here example of NO2. Here in case of NO2, nitrogen atom actually contains a lone pair of electrons. So nitrogen atom also can donate electron pair, and oxygen atom also can donate electron pair. So I can write here structure of this NO2, N, then O minus. Also this nitrogen contains a lone pair of electron. So this negatively charged oxygen can also donate electron pair for the bond formation, and nitrogen is having a lone pair of electrons, so it can also donate electron pair for the bond formation. So when nitrogen donate electron pair, I'll show you. When this nitrogen donate electron pair to central metal atom, then there is a bond in between nitrogen and central metal atom, so it is MnO2. But when oxygen donate electron pair, then in that case the bond will be the group will be M, then ONO, because oxygen donate electron pair to the central metal atom. And here in this case, wherever ambidentate ligand is there, in case of NO2, you are supposed to indicate the electron donor atom in front of name of that particular group. So nitrite group is there, and in naming system it is nitrito group. So when nitrogen is donated, MnO2 is there, then you are supposed to write the group as nitrito N. When oxygen donate electron pair to central metal ion, then in that case you are supposed to write nitrito O, like that. Then one more group is there which is ambidentate, and it is a cyanide group, Cn minus. Actually, in between carbon and nitrogen triple bond is there. So this carbon acquires negative charge and nitrogen with a lone pair of electron. So when bond is through carbon atom, then it is a cyanide. When nitrogen donate electron pair, then it is a isocyanide. So when this carbon atom donate electron pair to central metal atom, then it is a cyanide. When nitrogen donate, I'll write here, sorry, M NC, the nitrogen donate electron pair to central metal ion, then it is a isocyanide. This is your cyanide. So wherever there is a cyanide group, actually carbon atom donate electron pair, because nitrogen is highly electronegative than carbon atom, and carbon also acquire the negative charge, it is unstable. So carbon donate electron pair in Cn minus ion, and there is a formation of complex, and the ligand is ambidentate ligand here. Why ambidentate? Because two atom can donate, actually two atoms are there which can donate electron pair, but at a time only one out of these two can donate electron pair to the central metal atom, and so it is ambidentate ligand. One more example is there, and that is of SCN. SCN, name of this compound is thiocyanate. In thiocyanate, nitrogen and sulfur both can donate electron pair for the bond formation here. The sulfur when donate electron pair to bond formation to central metal atom, I'll show here M. Then in that case it is a thiocyanate. When nitrogen donate electron pair for the bond formation, I'll write here, that is SCN. When nitrogen donate electron pair to the central metal atom, then in that case it is a isothiocyanate. So this is about the ambidentate ligand. Ambidentate, three examples are there: NO2, cyanide CN, and SCN, thiocyanate or isothiocyanate. Then in ambidentate ligand, two atoms are there which can donate electron pair, but at a time only one can donate the electron pair for the bond formation. So these are the ambidentate ligand. So depending upon the number of ligand attached with the central metal atom, you can find out the coordination number here. If the ligands are monodentate, suppose these are polydentate, that means accordingly you are supposed to find out the coordination number. In that case, if the ligand is polydentate, in that case you count the number of electron pairs donated to central metal atom, and accordingly you find out the coordination number of that particular central metal atom. If the ligand is bidentate or didentate, then in that case the coordination number is 2 when only one ligand is there. I shown example also. We'll take one more example so that it is again clear to you. We'll take one example, that is CO En2Cl2. So this is your complex, and you are supposed to find out your coordination number of the ligand. Example is CO En2Cl2, and in that case coordination number is what? Cn, that is coordination number. For En, 2 En, for 1 En, it is a didentate, so it can donate 2 lone pair of electrons. So 1 En, ethylene diamine, 2 nitrogen atoms are there, and it can donate 2 lone pair of electrons. So for 1 En, 2 lone pair, 2 Ens are there, so 4 lone pairs are there, 4 lone pair of electrons. For chloride, it is a monodentate, so simply you can take here number of monodentate ligand attached, and hence coordination number is 6. Suppose EDTA is there, only one EDTA is there, EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetate ion is there, then at a time it is a polydentate, so there are 6 atoms which can donate electron pair for the bond formation. So only one EDTA is there, then in that case coordination number is a 6. So you remember this thing, how to find out coordination number, and it is very important. So coordination number in case of monodentate ligand is nothing but just it is number of ligand attached with the central metal atom. फक्त जितके सेंट्रल मेटल ॲटमला ते लायगँड अटॅच असतील तो नंबर म्हणजे कॉर्डिनेशन नंबर आहे. केव्हा? जेव्हा तो मोनोडेंटेट आहे तेव्हा. मोनोडेंटेट म्हणजे एकच ॲटम डोनेट करतो इलेक्ट्रॉन पेअर, तेव्हा जस्ट तो नंबर आहे. पण जर का तो पॉलिडेंटेट असेल, जर का एकापेक्षा जास्त ॲटम असतील की जे इलेक्ट्रॉन पेअर डोनेट करतात सेंट्रल मेटल ॲटमला, तेव्हा तुम्हाला त्या इलेक्ट्रॉन पेअर काउंट करायच्या आहेत टू फाइंड आउट कोऑर्डिनेशन नंबर. जर का तो डायडेंटेट किंवा मोनोडेंटेट असेल, जे आपण एक्झाम्पल बघितलं इथिलीन डायमाइनचं, तर इथिलीन डायमाइनमध्ये 2 नायट्रोजन ॲटम्स आहेत की जे 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन पेअर डोनेट करतात, आणि म्हणून एका इथिलीन डायमाइनसाठी तुमचा कोऑर्डिनेशन नंबर असेल 2. तुम्ही एका इथिलीन डायमाइनसाठी जेव्हा तो 2 पेअर डोनेट करतो, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन पेअर डोनेट करतो, तेव्हा तुम्हाला तो इलेक्ट्रॉन पेअर काउंट करायचे आहे, तिथं लायगँड काउंट करायचे नाही आहेत. तो अकॉर्डिंगली यू फाइंड आउट, यू आर मच फॅमिलियर विथ द क्लासिफिकेशन, so you should know whether the ligand is monodentate or didentate or polydentate or ambidentate, and accordingly you find out the coordination number there. Question may be for 1 mark, what is the coordination number of central metal atom. You will get their different compounds and you are supposed to find out coordination number there. So this is all about the terms used in coordination compounds. First is ionization sphere. It is outermost sphere in which counter ions are present, and these shows the primary valencies. These are completely ionizable in the aqueous medium. Then another one is coordination sphere. It is shown by square bracket, and the entities present in square bracket or the coordination entities are unionizable. It can show the secondary valencies also of central metal atom. Then central metal atom is a Lewis acid as it accepts electron pair, and the electron donors are the ligands. So electron donors, ligands acts as a base here as they donate the electron pair to central metal atom. Then on the basis of atoms present in the molecule, the ligands are atoms which can donate electron pair. They can classify it as monodentate. Mono means one. Only one atom is there which can donate electron pair, and we have seen the examples of halides X minus, then OH minus, then H2O and NH3. Then polydentate ligand, either they are bidentate or hexadentate or tridentate. In bidentate we have seen 3 examples, that is En, ethylene diamine, 2 nitrogen atoms are there which can donate a lone pair of electrons. Then oxalato ions, in that O minus 2 oxygen atoms are there which can having negative charge which can donate a lone pair of electrons, so this is a didentate. Then dimethyl glyoxime is there, one more example, in which again 2 nitrogen atoms are there which can donate electron pair to central metal atom, so this is also didentate. And wherever these ligands are attached with the central metal atom, one ligand is equal to 2 for coordination number, because it gives 2 lone pair of electrons for the bond formation. Then in case of EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetate ion, there are 6 atoms which can donate electron pair. So wherever there is a 1 EDTA, you are supposed to count it as a 6 to find out coordination number. In case of ambidentate ligand, there are actually 2 atoms which can donate electron pair for the bond formation, but out of these 2, only one can donate at a time, and so these are called as ambidentate ligand. Only 3 examples are there in ambidentate ligand. One example is of NO2, nitrite group, nitrito group, then CN minus, cyanide group, then SCN, isocyanate group it is. So these are the terms used in coordination compound. Next time we will go for the nomenclature, and this is very important. Surely you will get one question on nomenclature there.